Yo, what's up, everybody? It's About Life Podcast. It's your boy Shane, aka Black Duplicate. You already know what it is, right? So I got some pretty good information today, some amazing, great news, and some a little scary. So we're gonna flow from the great stuff into that, darkish area. So I like to let y'all know ahead of time so y'all can brace yourself for anything. I don't want to scare nobody. I don't want nobody thinking this is a negative type podcast. I try to focus on how good healthy foods. Just lately there's been a lot of bad stuff coming out, but luckily I found some real good positive stuff this time around. So I'm pretty happy and I'm pretty excited about that. One is one of my favorite things, which is mushrooms. I love mushrooms in all ways, shapes, and forms. I love what they do. I love how they're here. I love all that stuff. And you all know my theory. Fruits are built to eat for the body, right? And then you got meats for warriors to build muscle. And then you got vegetables or plants for herbs, medicinal purposes to help heal the body. And then you got mushrooms, which is for your brain. I believe mushrooms is the way to help connect your brain to the source and to your body on a more high and tuned level. So let's get to it. So we got my man David Sinclair here talking about some more benefits to fasting. As you know, I'm a big advocate of fasting, man. I highly recommend fasting to everyone, man. Fasting is incredibly important, right? So make sure you fast. Trust me, I gotta do more. I gotta do better myself too. Everything I say is always a reflection of myself as well. I'm not just talking about y'all. I don't do all this stuff. Some stuff I do, some stuff I don't. You already know I've done a lot of big, huge diets. You can check that on my TikTok. I talk about them over on there. I use all the social media platforms for certain things. My Instagram is for comedy skits, and then I use YouTube for more enlightening information, knowledge, and then I use TikTok to talk about my no water fast and all my health stuff that I do, right? And then I use Facebook as a means for community, right? So that's basically what I do when it comes to social media. But let's get to David Sinclair. As you know, this guy is incredible, especially when he talks about fasting. If you haven't look into his podcast. What's it called? I'll show y'all after this video. We'll go online. I'll show you his podcast, which I talked about in the very beginning of my health segments, right? But let's get to it.
We've learned from many animal studies and increasing numbers of clinical...
Actually, it's called Lifespan. My bad. It's called Lifespan. David Sinclair, look up Lifespan on YouTube. Incredible information, man.
...trials in humans is that you want to pulse it, let the body recover, not constant. We used to make animals go hungry all their lives, and it worked. But it actually works better if you let them recover, and I think that's the secret.
Then let's really dive into that. So I'm guessing you're talking about where animals were denied something like 20 to 30% of their caloric intake for very long periods of time. It was extending their life by, 30% or something?
Ooh, that's huge.
So super interesting. But
that is huge, people.
If their caloric intake over a long period of time is roughly the same as an animal that's just allowed to eat until it's satiated, that if it's done in a pulse pattern of hunger and almost overfeed, they actually have the same benefits as the animal that has a chronic deficit of calories.
All right, well, let's be clear. Nobody knows what the perfect diet is, sure, even when it comes to fasting. It's all largely based on rodent studies. So what I can tell you about the rodent studies, which I'm very familiar with, is that if you take a rodent and reduce its calories by 25% for its whole life, it will live longer, 30%, but it'll be really miserable and aggressive. And that's true for us as well.
So it'll live longer, but it'll be more vicious.
I gave up. I was pretty angry. But what we discovered, my colleagues discovered, is that it's not just what you eat, it's when you eat that's important.
Interesting.
And what's been found is
but I already figured that.
As long as you have that period of hunger in a mouse, so you can feed them every other day, then they can gorge themselves as much as they want. And they do. They eat about 90% of what a mouse having free access to food would eat. But they have the same longevity benefit as a mouse that's always been hungry. And if that's true, what that means is for us is that we can enjoy life as long as we have that period of hunger once a day or maybe twice a week. And I believe the only reason we age, we could live for 1,000 years otherwise. The only reason we age is that our repair systems become complacent. you mentioned
Interesting.
what is beneficial for you when you're young comes back to bite you when you're old. What we think is that these repair systems are very good when we're young. So the idea is, it's called antagonistic pleiotropy, and I think it's right, and that is that we evolve to stay healthy and alive and fit till we're 40, and then the forces of natural selection decline after that because we've essentially bred, we've often had children, but we don't need to stick around beyond that, and building a body that will last 1,000 years is pointless at that.
Interesting. As you know, David Sinclair is the man that invented the human time clock and is focused on longevity, trying to get our bodies and our minds and our whole entire systems to last longer in all aspects. His podcast is incredible, so I would definitely recommend getting to his podcast. But let's get into some mushrooms. Like I said, I found this video on TikTok. I found it was pretty cool. I looked into the mushroom itself. It has some very, very marvelous things behind it. So I would suggest after this video, do your own research if you like mushrooms or if you are interested. So let's hear what this lady got to say. Really cool stuff.
Chaga has got the most antioxidants of anything on planet Earth.
Watch this.
Interestingly, the next thing on planet Earth has 80,000.
80,000.
3.5, 80,000.
See, did you hear that? You hear that? So the Chaga mushroom has like 3.5 million antioxidants. Then the next closest thing on that list is Chia berry, which has 80,000. So you're doing a jump from 80,000 to 3.5 million. Now, if you don't know what antioxidants are, look into that. I'm not going to tell you this. Y'all need to do your own research. Y'all need to really start looking into things yourself. You can't just jump online and listen to everything people say. Do your own research. Look into this stuff. But yeah, Chaga mushroom is incredible. Incredible. Actually, I'm actually looking into getting some. I want to start consuming that on a, you can't do anything too much. You can only do things, as often as you can. Try not to overindulge in the same thing too long. Right? So let's do this. Now, this guy right here is talking about chia seeds. I'm sure a lot of y'all already know the benefits of chia seeds. But chia seeds, man, I didn't know soaking them would bring out more nutrients. So I've been eating chia seeds damn near wrong my whole life. I just threw them in a shake and left them like that and drunk it. They're talking about soaking them in water. It helps it do more things. But this guy got some interesting stuff to know, to find out about chia seeds.
Literally grow 20 times the size. And so if you think about getting your omega-3s, you could get them from chia seeds. Mm-hmm. If you soak the chia seeds,
look at that,
and you put them literally like on a chia pet or on an unglazed clay pot or saucer, in about a week, they will grow 20 times their size. They will grow soluble and insoluble fiber, the omega-3s, and you'll have chlorophyll, and it'll be like a little leafy green accent, and you can eat the whole thing. The root, the stem, the leaf, everything is edible.
Yeah. So basically, you're sprouting the chia seed theoretically. You're soaking it in water, and then you're laying it on something, and then watching it grow and change, and then you consume it, and it has 10 times more nutritional value for you. That is a game changer when it comes to chia seeds, man. Game changer when it comes to chia seeds. I had no idea you could do stuff like that. So I just want to bring that to y'all, to whoever watches these health segments. Yo, soak your chia seeds. Look into it and exactly how to do it. I'm sure there's some really good steps out there. I haven't looked into it yet, but I'm going to. I know there's some really good steps out there that you can use to teach you exactly how to do it. He basically said just soak them, put them in a put them on top of like a clay pot or something, and just let them grow, right? And they open up, they grow 20 times their size, which is incredible, and give you chlorophyll, which is like vital for the body, which is a huge healing factor. Chlorophyll does incredible things to the body. We talked about that a couple podcasts ago. I think it was like 3-4 weeks ago. We talked about that, and then it also gives you fibers, which is incredibly great for your digestive system, right? Now we're gonna start lingering into the I'm not gonna say negative, but into the stuff that people might be like, oh man, that type of stuff. So he's talking about beans. We all believe beans are good for your health, but what do they say beans have? Protein Protein, huh? Protein? What is that word, protein? I don't know, y'all. I don't know about y'all, but especially if you eat them out of can. You eat them out of can, they come with BPA, which is lowering your testosterone levels and demolishing your entire hormone system. Freaking you out, man. Destroying you if you're eating them out of a can. And then if you eat them out of a bag, then, still. I would say if you're going to eat a bean, eat a chickpea. Probably the most natural, right? You can eat a bean, eat a chickpea. But you already know this guy. This guy has a credible, appearance on the health community. Like, he just splashed in and just started bringing massive information really, really quickly.
But they tell you beans good for your heart. The more you eat, the more you fart. The reason why you farting when you eat the beans is because it's something made of amylopectin C. Amylopectin C is the hardest protein to break down, period. So when these microvilli or the microbiota is trying to break down amylopectin C, what happens is the bacteria trying to break it down, it creates all this methane. This methane is what gives you octane and gas, and that's why you farting everywhere. That's why they say beans good for your heart. The more you eat, the more you fart. Only good thing about that statement, or the real thing about that statement, was the more you eat, the more you fart. They're not good for your heart. They actually causes heart congestion. So we gotta get off the beans, we gotta get off the grains, we gotta get off the meat. And last but not least, you better get your ass off that dairy product. Dairy products are the most mutagenic products on planet Earth. They cause asthma, it causes brain malfunctioning, it causes neurosynapses malfunctioning, it causes mucus stimulating, mucus build up in the body, and it causes gout because it brings on a calcium monotriphosphate.
He's bringing big words.
Calcium starts getting pulled from the bones, getting pulled from the tissues, getting pulled from the thyroid and the parathyroid. Yes, the parathyroid, the parathyroxine, and all these things start binding chemistry, y'all. All because you been eating the wrong foods.
Not good.
So if you want to heal yourself of all of these different so-called neurological malfunctioning diseases, guess what you have to do? Go on an all fruit and vegetable diet. Now.
Yeah. So that's just something you want to think about. I 100% agree with all the fruits, and like I said, the vegetables are herbs. They're here to heal you. You know what I mean? I don't think this is supposed to be eaten on a daily basis. That's just me personally. Everybody different. You know what I mean? Everybody has their own beliefs. You know, he got his own scientific evidence behind him. I got my own evidence behind me. Everybody got their own thing. But fruits is something me and him agree on, and I think almost every dietary physician, every dietary person, every health individual all agrees that fruit are incredibly good for you. So if we all can agree there, then I think the number one thing in your diet should be fruits as much as possible. That's one thing you can eat daily. My opinion, his opinion, all the science community's opinion. We all agree on the same damn factors, right? Now, this guy talks about gas in the stomach and frequent farting is a sign of a bad liver. You heard what he just said about the damn beans making you fart, causing all types of congestion and all types of issues. Could that be linked to some type of chronic liver disease? I don't know.
Gas in the stomach and frequent farting is a sign of bad liver. Dry mouth, bitter mouth, smelly mouth, often fart. The back is very greasy and the acne is big. Hair often gets oily. Severe hair loss. Dry eyes. Belly getting bigger. Bad mood control. Often insomnia. Lack of energy. Give you a herbal formula. Honeysuckle. Chrysanthemum. Cassia. Burdock root. Osmanthus. Wolfberry. Pour in boiling water and brew for 10 minutes.
Now, I heard a lot about wolfberry, and obviously I know a shit ton about burdock root. I heard a lot of good things about that, but those crazy herbs and making that beautiful tea like that, I've heard a lot about these healing teas, man. I'm definitely thinking about jumping on them. We shall see.
Each morning and evening insist on drinking for a month. You will appreciate me.
Only thing is, I don't really have any chronic health issues. I'm in very, very good shape, and I'm 32, and I'm feeling really good. The only thing I've ever had was bad eczema on my hands, and that's gone. Hey, everybody got their thing, but if you are feeling a little draggy, a little down, have those symptoms, you might want to look into your body, man. Start changing things. Now, this is the scary shit. This is the shit that kind of got me thinking, that we gotta change something for our future, for our generations. That's one thing I could say. I don't know what these older generations are thinking, and I don't know what the hell they're doing, but they're tearing shit up. So we need to change some shit, people. So let's check this out. He's talking about the percentages of aluminum in our soil from 2013 to 2022. Right? It's pretty scary.
You want some figures? Okay, latest water test. Tested the rain. 13,100 micrograms per liter of aluminum in the rain in 2013. Normally, it should be zero.
Normally, it should be zero. And by the way, thanks to this kind lady right here for bringing this video to my attention. Her TikTok will be at the end.
So 13,100 is pretty damn much, folks.
13,000.
It used to be zero. Then it was 100s in the 2000s. And then since 2010, it's into the 1,000s and the latest 13,100. In the snow on Mount Shasta, pristine Mount Shasta, 61,000 feet. No, excuse me.
8,000.
8,000 foot level, 61,000 micrograms per liter. 4 times the amount that is found in the soil up there. Where the hell is this stuff coming from if it's not coming from the soil? You know, these tests are international in scope. We're seeing this all over the world, guys. Okay, pH of acid soils is 20 times more alkaline. The aluminum in the soil has doubled in the last 10 years.
That's not good.
Aluminum blocks essential nutrients. I am unable in my garden to restore normal pH, and that's because nanoparticles are now in the circulatory systems of both plants and humans. So welcome.
Nanoparticles. You hear that?
The collapse and decrease in agriculture is something I worry about even more than the previous info about autism and Alzheimer's.
Yeah, so like he just said, nanoparticles. If y'all know nanoparticles, you might want to do some damn research. You might want to be careful out here. Be very, very vigilant and very, very careful what you're doing. You heard those levels. Now, I don't know about y'all, but is aluminum supposed to be falling from the sky? I don't know. Is it somehow taken from the ocean and evaporating and then dropped back on the land? Or is somebody else putting it there? That's for you to decide. I'm not trying to be no damn conspiracy theorist, but I do see a lot of things up in the sky dropping some stuff everywhere, if you know what I mean. But I don't know. All I know is that's not good, because that means our plants and our vegetables are being grown with aluminum. And what does aluminum do? Makes room for a lot of nasty things to be inside your stuff. You don't want to mess with aluminum. It's not one thing you want in your body. But if you do want to get rid of it in your body, a good way is cilantro. Cilantro helps pull out metals out of your blood and out of your brain. So that's something good you can do if you are scared about heavy metals or do have some contamination to heavy metals or anything like that. Cilantro is a good way to get it out of you. So you might want to look into that. You can buy cilantro damn near anywhere. Right? Now, of course, you don't want to cook that shit because you're going to kill it. You know what I mean? A lot of people do. Instead, just, chop it up, maybe cook some pasta and just throw the raw on top of the pasta and then eat it. That would be my suggestion to you. It just has a chemical in it that allows it to get past the brain barrier and then pull metals out and bring it back out and then take it out of you and flush it out your body. So yeah, if you didn't know that, cilantro is really good for that. So yeah, that was the last video. So I hope y'all enjoyed all the information. There's a lot of good stuff going on. Like I said, so you got kaga mushrooms, which are I'm talking 3.5 million antioxidants. Then you got chia seeds, which after you soak will grow. I think he said 20% their size and develop chlorophyll and fiber that is highly beneficial to your body. Then you got fasting, which now you don't want to do such a huge consistent fasting, just like a couple days, or at least let your body feel some hunger and then eat, right? So intermediate fasting looks like maybe the way to go there. And then you got the dangers of beans. Take that at your own risk. Be very careful with them. All right, and then you got symptoms of a bad liver and how to figure out a bad liver and how to fix it. And then you got the scary aluminum and raining from the damn sky all over our shit. Right? Now, like I said, look into this stuff yourself. Don't just believe me and don't just believe the people on the TikToks. Do your own research. I'm just here to introduce you to stuff and make you aware and try to open your mind as best I possibly can, so y'all ain't out here getting all messed up and sick and then hey, nobody told me. You now know, right? But this is About Life Podcast. I love y'all. I'll be back with a lot more health coming on every Tuesdays. I love y'all. Hit me up. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to the content. Please like the content. Like the video. Please. All right? We out of here. Love y'all.